Two.
Hey, I think we're live. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Emergency Hedge. This is the channel where Jessica teaches me Netrunner.
And Dave teaches me Arkham Horror, which is what we will be doing tonight.
We will.
And it's been quite a while since we did this because I had some poorliness, and then I had some poor time management last week. So we've been away for a little bit.
We have. How have you been using your time? Aside from poorly.
Yeah, it feels like a trick question after I've just said.
I just mean, is there anything you want to share with our viewers about what you have done in the intervening time?
That's a fair question. I'm trying to think of stream appropriate things that I can share that I've been up to. We're going to restart our Innsmouth campaign. We had such a bad start to it. One of our players is getting absolutely terrible draw for the to the point that it was really upsetting her that she just couldn't get the draws that she needed. And so we're gonna restart our Innsmouth campaign.
How far did you get with it?
We were on the first scenario and we didn't finish the first scenario because sometimes the RNG can be very, very, very cruel in that game.
Yes.
And I like that, but not everyone wants to subject themselves to the cruel whims of fate. And people want different things out of their Arkham Horror experience.
That is true.
I think there's a lot to be talked about actually in terms of I think just as much as D&D, something like that, there are different kinds of Arkham Horror players and different kinds of groups.
That's very true.
I think you and I have a very similar thing that we want out of this game. We don't want to play the absolute tightest, sharpest, most broken deck and storm every single scenario. We want to do cool it. No, as I'm saying this, I'm playing a stellar deck, and that is the most broken deck. But
we'll come back to that later, actually.
But we want to do cool, interesting things and survive by the seat of our pants, if at all.
Yeah.
And I think there are people who don't like the fact that the game can just fuck you over. You could play a perfect deck and play it perfectly, and you could pull an auto fail every time, and you would lose. Yeah. And there would be nothing. It's wildly unlikely, but there's nothing that you can do to stop that from happening.
Yeah, yeah. My other half was not keen on losing. For the time that we played Arkham together, she, I think, would have preferred to play on easy so that our chances of losing were relatively low.
Yeah. Whereas I don't know what my ideal percentage is. I threw out 1 in 3 times today as an amount I'd like to lose Arkham Horror. And there's a part of me that feels like I could even go higher with that. If it was 2 out of 3, that might actually be a really fun experience for me. If that win felt really, really earned, you know?
I think I would be happy with 100% win rate so long as I was just winning on the last possible turn every time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think if the XP system worked a bit differently, I might be happier with a lose rate. But the fact that you can't tinker with your deck unless you come away with XP can mean that you can get into a kind of losing campaign where lots of the fun stuff doesn't happen.
It definitely feels like Arkham Horror has more snowball mechanics than rubber band mechanics.
Yes, yeah. There are some rubber bands built into individual campaigns, but in general terms, I think the XP particularly is a snowball mechanic.
Yeah, definitely.
Could you just double check that we've got audio coming through on
sure.
The broadcast, and I will switch us over.
How do the professionals deal with this? Because you never see them. Oh, they have 2 screens, don't they? That's what they do.
Yeah, and enough people watching that someone will say in chat if they're not audible. That's the key, isn't it?
The rich get richer, Dave. That's
yeah. It's a classic snowball mechanic.
It is a classic snowball mechanic. 1 second. We have got 38 subscribers. They're presumably all watching right now.
I imagine so.
View your channel. One more click. Nearly there. This is the best part of yeah, we do have audio, is the answer.
Hooray!
Cool, and I'll leave that on, and maybe someone will say hi. That'd be exciting.
We've got lots of exciting stuff to do today.
Yeah, we do.
But you have some duties, Jessica.
I do, but I'm going to first ask you, have you been up to anything interesting?
Because I asked you that question because in classic style, because I had stuff I wanted to talk about. I've been playing quite a lot of Arkham because the Hemlock Vale player cards have come out, and it turns out that having new cards is really exciting and fun. Before they came out, I had gone back to the Scarlet Keys, the Marmite, the most Marmite of all of the campaigns, and I've been having a really good time. I've gone back to the Scarlet Keys. I've gone back to playing True Solo, and being able to realistically knock out a game in an evening before I get really, really tired, and then go to bed at 1 feeling miserable about the fact my children will wake me at 6. Turns out is more enjoyable than not doing that. So yeah, I've had a really good time. I think I've cracked the Scarlet Keys. I think I've worked out enough about where to go and what to do, and I've just last night unlocked the secret scenario for the first time. So yeah, that's been going really well, and I've been enjoying it. And I have played one new card. If I was a professional, I would have got it out. I think I had a bit to chat about all of the different weird monsters that I can't put in my Dexter deck, because there've been quite a lot of weird monsters in the new release, and several of them are not either Mystic or Rogue. But I have played with the little Seeker one, which is lots of fun.
Cool.
So that's been nice. But we have to talk about your ambassador card, which is on the screen, because that came out. It wasn't one of the spoiled cards. It's here now.
So I feel blessed. This is an amazing card. It's number 47, which is the most important thing about it, because it makes it my special card. It's a 1-cost event with lots of different pips on it. It's an insight. It's a double. So as an additional cost of playtesting, you must spend an action. And it says, investigate. One at a time, investigate your location and each connecting location once each in ascending order of shroud, until you either fail to investigate or successfully investigate each eligible location.
It's a doozy.
It is a doozy.
So, how much of the expansion have you had a chance to look at?
Not a great deal.
Not a great deal. That's fine. I think we've not really chatted about this at all. I don't feel it's a good use of our time to go through all of the cards that came out. Okay. I think if you feel differently, we definitely could set aside some time to do it.
I agree.
But I think it would be a little bit tiring, and it's not quite what we want to do with our time and with the channel. But there's loads of cool ones. The channel Quick Learner, and I believe Veronica's channel, Until the End of Time, both I think have done like an overview, and Playing Board Games have all I think done an overview of all of the different cards. So if anyone wants to have that kind of content, it's out there already. And I think that's better done by somebody who's made a slideshow and is going to put, set aside an hour. I feel like when we talk about cards, we want to do a little while, and then we want to do some playing.
Yeah.
But that's a long way of saying there's a whole cycle of double cards in this expansion, which are an almost new thing, and we've only seen one before. So this is one of them. And they're all quite interesting. Some of them higher or lower powered. This one I think is particularly interesting because the floor and ceiling, there's quite a big gap between them. This, like in some scenarios, this can be incredible. With Luke Robinson, the Dreamer, who's got his weird little magical gate box that he can escape to, that's connected to every revealed location. This is absolutely bonkers. Like he can have a little puff on his pipe, disappear into the gate box, and investigate literally everywhere for 2 actions.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you're lucky, investigate literally everywhere.
Yeah.
But of course, the classic way to play this card is to engineer that situation over 2 or 3 turns so that you can investigate 16 locations at once. Play the 1 copy of this in your deck and immediately pull an auto fail on the very first. That's the optimal way to play this.
It's the Arkham way, many would say. I feel also I've seen somebody play this as well. Actually, I've got an online game with some people, and one of them fired this off a couple of times to solid effect. Actually, I think if you use this and you investigate 3 locations, and you are successful in all 3 of those investigations, that's a really good outcome.
Depending on, I think it can be a really good outcome even if it's only 2, depending on various things.
Tell me.
So it's quite possible to get a situation in Arkham where you have place 1 and then place 2 over here that's connected to nowhere else on the map, and no one ever has a reason to go to ever again, except for it's got a clue on it, or 2 clues or whatever. Place 2 functionally costs 3 actions to investigate because you have to go there, you have to investigate, and you have to leave. So if you turn that into 1 action, I think it's decent.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're also then only investigating where you are already, this is not good. But no, it is still good. You're spending 2 actions instead of 4 to do something.
Yeah.
2 actions for 2 clues is not great, I admit. But
and I think the power of this changes a bit depending on player count as well, right? So in solo, you often just need to investigate each location once, and you don't need clue acceleration in those investigates. The action tax is doing the moving around. So there's,
although in solo mode, wouldn't you also have had to have done the moving around to have revealed everywhere?
Sometimes, but not always. There are some scenarios where locations respawn clues, for example. There are some scenarios where you get chased around or bashed around by the game in various ways, and being able to suck up clues you've been obliged to leave behind is a good thing. I think there's a lot of fun to be had with this. Some people seem to be a bit down on it, actually. I've kind of avoided looking at the takes a little bit because I wanted to have ours relatively fresh. But I think it's good.
Like every other card that's ever been printed for these kinds of games ever, it's situational.
Yeah. There are other cards that have tried to do something like this, which we could have a quick look at for comparison. Let me pull them up. We've got we've got Seeking Answers 1 and 2. So look at those. So you've got this, which is a single action, and you just discover a clue at a location, a connecting location. And then it's upgraded version, which is 2 clues from your location and connecting locations. But you're spent I think Testing Sprint is less situational than the first of these and doesn't cost XP like the second of these. And then you've also got Deciphered, I think. God, look at me. Showing off that I can't spell in my mid-40s live on the internet. And then there's this bad boy, which I've always quite liked the look of, but have not been able to. I think it's a real build around this. I've not made a deck that fits it well enough to have a go with it.
No.
So this is a single test. This is the bonus of it.
Yeah.
But it costs 4. And I think, and it's also costs 5 XP. So for both of those reasons, for this one, I think you really want to be like trying to hit the ceiling. Whereas testing sprint, as you know, as we've just discussed, if you get 2 or 3 clues out of it, it's a efficient card, I think.
Yeah.
So maybe people who are a bit down on testing sprint, I think maybe have had bad experiences with those other cards we've just been talking about, and that's colouring their take.
Like you say, the difference between the floor and the ceiling is quite huge. There is a possibility that you spend a card, 2 actions, and a resource to, as I say, autofill. And like possibly more resources than that, because it's possible that you've been planning to use this card and like advising, nudging other players to invest, like move around the board and uncover stuff so that you can use this card, and you could end up wasting a huge amount of resources. But that's part of the Arkham experience, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, there's an autofail in the bag. Like we all have to live with it, or play a different game.
Yes, this is very much my opinion.
Do you have anything else to say about your card list?
We were talking earlier about possibly committing playing it in the next campaign. I would like to play a Seeker in our next campaign, so I'm going to commit right now to playing this card.
Awesome, yeah.
Next campaign.
I am really happy to commit with my next campaign playing Upgraded Olive. We have spoken several times during the spoiler season about how I've not really dipped my toe into Bless and Curse, and Olive is a really good card for those mechanics because it's really good bag fishing. If you're up for playing a Seeker that runs this card, and I'll play some sort of Bless or Curse Mystic, I think that'll be a fun time.
Yes, please.
Let's do it. In other Arkham news, very quickly. Oh my god, I've opened too many tabs here. Where are we? Here we are. We had a new taboo list. Boom, boom, boom. Quite a light touch taboo list, actually. I think they had some errata that they needed to push out for the Hemlock Vale Investigator expansion, and they just had a little tinker. The least interesting but possibly most satisfying one first. Where is it? Is it even highlighted in red? It's not highlighted in red, but it's this one here. Hypnotic Gaze. There were several quite weird things they did with the last update, and the most weird was that one of the Hypnotic Gazes, so the level 0, had this mutation. So instead of a list of symbols that didn't include Bless and Curse, it now includes a symbol, any symbol. But for some reason they excluded the updated Hypnotic Gaze, and they've now switched that back, which is a blessing for everyone. I think it makes the card better, and also it removes a really annoying thing that you need to remember if you're playing with the taboo list. So great job. And moving in ascending order of interest, Payday has been tweaked a little bit to apparently make it more easier to grok. What's the word?
Okay.
Where something works the way you want it to.
Intuitive.
Intuitive is the word I was looking for. Yeah. So this means that, I think, if I understand it rightly, that if you gain an action, then that action will count towards Payday, which basically gives you a resource for each action you spent.
Cool.
But yeah, I said we were going to come back to your deck. And boy, oh boy, are we going to come back to your deck, because I don't presume that the
Oh,
designers watch our stream, Jessica. But if they had been, I think they have absolutely come after your deck in it. So we've got both scavenging, the level 0 and the upgraded scavenging have both had been chained. So we've got 2 extra experience, and also the old keyring, which I think is I think that's the upgraded old keyring, if I remember rightly. Okay. Which you may not have included yet, but I think is the more degenerate of the 2 versions. Unsurprisingly, because it's the one that costs XP. So yeah, they've absolutely come for the very Seeker archetype that you were playing. Not Seeker, Survivor.
Right, Survivor, yeah. Drawing Thin.
Yes, drawing Thin is on there already. So what you have...
okay, so the red ones are the changes.
The red ones are the changes, yeah. Drawing Thin's been on there for a while. So you have a 30-card deck, and fully 4 of those cards, maybe, are now on the taboo list. Yeah. I feel you're actually withdrawing Thin, your card draw is so good, you're not using scavenging to its most degenerate extent. But it is a pretty degenerate card. Like, I know Veronica has been very vocal about being sad about scavenging because she loves it. And that's reasonable. But I think it's one of the areas of the game where it borders on being... making some of the challenge of playing uninteresting. Because it's so good.
Trivial.
Yeah, trivial. Again, thank you. You're being my lexicon library today.
I think that a good Stellar deck, certainly without a taboo list, a really tuned Stellar deck breaks the game.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on the taboo list?
No.
At some at some point, maybe before the next campaign, I would like to have a little section on the taboo list. I think I had a bit of a stab at chatting about it when the last one came out, and I think us starting to play with it would be time for me to revisit those thoughts, and maybe with a bit of preparation talk through the stuff that's on it, and how I think it's useful to think about them and categorize them.
Yeah.
Cool. But anyway, let's put that aside, because I think the most interesting news is actually not Arkham news, because we have the new cycle of Netrunner.
We do.
Bearing down on us.
I had actually not looked. I knew this was out because I spoke to one of my friends at NSG today. She said, "Name drop. I know a person at NSG, Dave.
Yeah,
that's how cool I am." I spoke to my friend at NSG today, and he was talking about this. I didn't realize there are spoilers on this page.
Yes,
I hadn't realized that. So I think we're gonna have a quick look at those right now.
You weren't at the Andres. It was beautiful. It was a wonderful moment. I was really happy to be present for it. But he went absolutely insane and got a image of another card on the screen, angled at the same angle as that Snake Sentry card, to try and guess what the subtypes of that ice were. Live on stream, clicking the rotation of the card to just line it up so that he could work out how many words were on it. It was marvelous. It was honestly generally good content, but it was also absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. I as I told you earlier, Dave, and I will now tell the stream, I've seen a few cards that the general public have not. None of them are these. So these are all completely new to me. I'm going to quickly read this Burner card. Burner is a 1-cost run event. It's 3 influence out of Shaper. Run HQ. If successful, instead of breaching HQ, reveal 3 cards in HQ at random. Add 2 of the revealed cards to the top and or bottom of R&D. Yeah, I like that.
I think that's pretty fun. I think it's really I love it for sniping combo cards. Like that turn when you can't get into the remote and you absolutely know that they got a seamless in hand. But you can get into HQ instead of like miserably like firing off 3 single accesses. Blasted at this.
Or that turn where you've accidentally stolen a Beal and you do not have the credits to recover from Oppo research next time. This is what you do.
So I think there's lots of fun to be had with that. I think Andre concluded that the snake was a psi ice, but I can't remember. The insanity revolved around the length of a subtype.
One of these things says do 3 net damage on it.
It does, yeah.
And it's a strength 6 sentry, so like sentries are back, baby. That's what I'm getting from that. Because they've been a little bit weak. Like there was a moment where it was like there are no good killers out here, and then suddenly it felt like sentries weren't very good for a while. Like Anansi's still good, and Anansi's always been good because you have to break it completely every time, and it's strength 5. But like when everyone's chosen Eidolon as their breaker, and you get to the end game, and it's like it's just going to cost 3 every single time.
I mean, as we previously discussed, I'm not all over ice and icebreaker interaction, but I have a hope that we'll see some fun Jinteki decks after this release. That would be my like big thing that I would like to see.
Unsurprisingly, we're going to see an Anarch runner.
Yep.
You can probably see the screen a bit better than I can, Dave. What does it say under his name?
It says. So I've got loads of screen.
I presume it's a he.
Activist organizer.
Sick.
Yeah, we've seen him in the art of several other cards, haven't we?
He's
going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this set.
I look forward to being in the same position of knowledge as you are about it. Do you want to plug the GLC spoilers?
Yes, I do. So GLC always gets a spoiler. And GLC are currently cooking up how they're going to spoil their spoiler. I'm not going to talk about the card because that would spoil the spoiler before it's spoiled. But and a lot of people would be mad at me. We're currently working out a cool way of doing that. So this year, for sort of the first time ever, we've got some scoops for people who don't necessarily have a high net rare profile but are from marginalized communities of one kind or another, because Netrunner is a game that at least we like to think has a particularly diverse player pool, and is particularly welcoming to people from different backgrounds in a way that maybe some other games classically haven't been. Without throwing any specific shade, just throwing it all like general shade everywhere. So if you're watching this within 24 hours of the broadcast and you get in touch with me, you could be with a chance of being one of those people. Otherwise, it will be the people who've already applied. We have got some applicants, some of whom have cool and exciting ideas about how they're going to share their spoilers. Yeah, I think it's a really good initiative. I'm really glad that we're doing it, kind of like spreading the love a bit, and hopefully it's something that we do every single time new cards come out.
Sounds really awesome. Yeah, I very much enjoyed the marginalized person spoilers that came through last time, and long may they continue. Yeah. And people should get in touch with you on GLC. Is that the...
Yeah. I am Marbles with 5 S's on GLC. I think I'm Marbles, she, her, Marbleston on GLC at the moment.
Happily, I think it will auto-complete the 5 S's. You don't need to remember that there are 5, I hope.
I got annoyed because I didn't want the numbers on there, and I was like, fuck your numbers. I'm going to put S's into this until I get what I want out of life. And 5 turns. Turns out 5's the number of times you need to do things to get what you want.
That's cool. We've got a release date as well, which came out today.
The 18th of March. Spoiler season starts in, I think, literally a week today. Maybe a week tomorrow.
It's a week tomorrow, yeah.
It's a week tomorrow. I do need I need to know that because I need to organize my people so that they can spoil their spoilers.
That'll be awesome. Yeah, as I was just saying, it's surprised me how much more excited about Arkham I am now there's new cards. And I'm looking forward to new Netrunner cards as well.
Yeah, me too. I fell off Netrunner a little bit because I was like, I'm very busy at the moment already. And I feel this meta's got developed as much as it's going to develop. And yeah, I'm going to let this part of my life go fallow. And this is like, this feels like the call to arms to get back into Netrunner.
On that note, should we play some Arkham?
Yeah. I think everyone should practice their Mercury. That's what I'm going to say.
I was as you were speaking, I was thinking actually the two things that I want for this release is Mercury to come good and Jinteki to be interesting. At some point on stream, I feel like I should talk about my is Jinteki Orientalist theory, but probably not now.
I think that's an entirely reasonable. I think the answer is yes, and we will talk about it another time.
Yeah.
I think NSG is better at doing it than FFG were, but still.
Yeah. I think that part of the issue with it is its actual identity is slightly problematic as originally conceived.
Yeah. And they used to almost lean into that from the FFG cards, and some of the like Zaibatsu loyalty type stuff was like quite Orientalist. Whereas NSG, at least NSG try, no matter what. Like, they might get things wrong sometimes, but NSG try damn hard.
Yeah, no, they do. They really do.
That's a topic for another day.
Cheers. So here we are. I was going to say in the icy waste, but we're not. We're in the Mirage.
We are. A dream within a dream.
We completed a turn.
We did. That was wise of us because we
didn't know that we were going to come back to this more or less a month later. I believe we are trying to find. We're trying to track Avery Claypool's memories to the end.
Yes, we want to do that because then we get an even cooler Avery Claypool, and Avery Claypool is the person who we are consistently playing every goddamn time.
Yeah. And I think we've just found a memory of a terrible discovery. Right? We've just brought that out, and it's in my threat area. In a moment of personal triumph, I prevented it at the very end of our stream. I prevented it from fighting me by using a other Eidolon enemy that was trapped in my interdimensional prison, and there was much rejoicing. So we basically need to beat this.
Yeah. It has 8 health. It hits a normal amount of hard.
Yeah.
Like, it hits fine. Like, it's not gonna absolutely floor you. But 8 health is a big number.
Yes. It's got a silly add a frost token to deal 4 damage to it. Ability on it, which nobody wants us to do, except probably it.
And let's check some other things that are very important. We're about halfway through this campaign. This scenario.
Yes. Yeah. 6 Doom on Agenda 2, which I think is a single agenda, isn't it? I think each time we do Fatal Mirage, it's a different agenda, and it's just a single agenda.
Yeah. And we couldn't resign yet, even if we wanted to, because we've not found anyone yet. Or is that right?
I forget what where's the resigning text? It's knocking around somewhere, isn't it?
We'd have a third thing up here, I think.
No, I tell you what, I think when we get to the end of a memory, each one we do gives us the option to resign.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've possessed a Frenzied Explorer, which is fun.
It is fun.
And that's it, yeah. Should we have a Mythos phase?
Yes.
So 17 of 13.
Oh, yeah, I feel that's how this starts.
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Nebulous Miasma. Curse, it's a hazard revelation attached to your location. 4. When you end your turn at attached location, each card you control with sanity, including your investigator, takes one direct horror. Oh boy.
Okay.
Force at the end of the round, discard Nebulous Miasma. So I don't want to be here at the end of this turn.
I like the art, but that is not very nebulous. That's like quite a specifically zombie ghoul shaped miasma.
I agree.
In my book, so I will be speaking to trade descriptions immediately after the cast is finished. Stream even.
I'm imagining your character and mine being like, one of us being like, it's obviously a zombie, and the other being like, I don't know, I think it could be a lot of things. And that, like, frustration and inanity of that conversation being what drives us both insane rather than the miasma itself.
I'm into the prospect of us being stuck in mystical mist at the bottom of the world, far from civilization, and like writing grumpily to the mist's manager. It's a very white person thing.
Yeah, very much so.
So
that is a problem.
Is it going to kill anyone? It's going to kill Molly Maxwell, but she's cool, right? But
it's going to give permanent horror to both of our little friends, Avery Claypool.
Yeah.
And not Anu. I think Anu's horror will go away at the end of the game, but like, it would be better by far to take an attack of opportunity off this thing than to have that.
Yes. The problem that we've got, so if we leave the Black Stone, we can go back to the Prison of Memories, and then we have to go round the Theodosia, the Standing Stone, and back to the Black Stone. Or is there another location? Do we just need to kill the memory? Discuss. It's got 8 health. I can probably do 6 damage to it.
Do we need to kill it at the Black Stone?
I don't remember. Maybe not.
Do we need to completely investigate the Black Stone? Or
I don't think so.
I think progress happens by killing this monster.
Yes.
Rather than completely investigating the Black Stone.
Yes. If we leave here, I can't continue to get the Frenzied Explorer to do some work investigating the Standing Stones.
Okay.
That isn't the end of the world. But that's probably the main disadvantage of that.
Some way of... Oh, I could just get rid of this card as well.
Which card?
I could play my Alter Fate.
Ah, yeah. That's cool.
I think that might be the most sensible thing to do.
Well, shall I go first? And then if...
Yeah, because I don't... we can wait and see if we need to play Alter Fate, can't we?
Yeah, that could be the last thing that you do if necessary.
I'll play this Alter Fate if it's the last thing I do. But only if it's the last thing I do. Okay, yeah, you go first.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see... okay. I am going to exhaust spare parts. Put a supply on Avery Claypool, because he is the MVP. I'm not going to do the thing I was about to do because I can't. It doesn't work. But I am going to spend a resource like that. Play sleight of hand to put the 45 Thompson into play. Oh,
No.
And let's see. So I am 3 combat versus 3. Don't think I've got any way of boosting it. But this is a +2. So let's hope it works. I'm going to shoot 3 times. So I'm 2 up every time. First shot is a skull. Who remembers what that is? The number of story cards in the victory display.
13.
Yep. These are from last time.
Yeah.
Okay. I assume we put them in the victory display because they're supposed to be there. Fine.
Yeah,
anyway,
I think that's how it's meant to be. I think it's meant to be harder the second time.
They build up. Fine, yeah. Okay, so that's 2 damage. 1, 2, and shoot again. That's a curse token. Who put that in there?
That got in there. Yeah. That leaves now, right? Once you pull it, it goes away or does it stay forever?
And an auto fail, which is a +2.
It's not an auto fail, but yeah.
No, it's not. It's the other thing, the good one. The good one.
Yeah, the good auto fail.
Yeah. I may return an asset from my player into my hand and then draw a card, but I don't think I'm going to. Maybe I do want to. Maybe I'll take Molly Maxwell back into my hand and then I'll get all of her. She'll heal. Let's do that. Cool. And so I'll drop that in there. And that's 2 more damage. Boom. Boom. And I will kill again. I hope. Okay, that's
a nasty one.
That's a -4. If you fail, place 1 doom on an Eidolon enemy in play. I do fail. Okay, so 4 damage and 1 doom, so it kind of balances out. I'm helping.
You definitely are.
And that is the end of my turn. I will return 45 Thompson to my hand because I got it out using sleight of hand. And that's that.
Cool. I will say you probably should have drawn an encounter card for Mythos Face.
That's a really good point. I didn't, did I? Let's do that now and see what it is. And okay, cool. That's an annoying card, but one that would not have affected my turn, which is nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Nearest location that is not cleared of mirages. Place 2 clues on attached location. And then you need to spend extra mirages or take damage to flip it. Right?
Yeah.
So, Kensler's office is cleared of mirages. The Riverview Theatre is not. That's got 1. Oh no, hang on. What was it?
That is not cleared of mirages, yeah. Like, surely that's the Black Stone is the nearest location that's not cleared of mirages.
No, because the Memory of the Terrible Discovery is out. That's the monster that we're fighting right now. So it'll be in Standing Stones, won't it? Dyer's Classroom is not currently in play, so that gets.
Did it already have? Is this the second Evanescent Mist on there though?
Oh, yep, good spot. But it doesn't say anything. Yeah, I think you can have 2 on there. So it's just very misty out there in the Standing Stones.
Yeah. Well, we'll worry about that in a minute.
Yeah. There are other places that we can look to clear mirages from, frankly.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that was the most efficient place for us to go next. So, like,
yeah,
let's not stress too much.
Okay, so that was my turn.
Fantastic. Let me have a little think about what my turn looks like. How what's this thing to evade? I guess as you've used, I'm almost certainly using Alter Fate this turn.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise we'd have run away from this location.
It's not out of the question that you'll shoot it twice with the Derringer and then it'll be dead.
Yeah. The main thing I'm trying to decide is whether to engage it first, just in case I miss. And what to do with my kind of crappy first action. The one which is like minus, is like much worse than all of the others.
Yeah. I think if you've got something else to do, then please go ahead with that action, other than engage it. I'm in relatively good health. So I don't mind loads if one of your shots misses and I get shot.
Let's work out how crappy, like how likely I am to miss. So there's no point missing for the sake of it. If I'm going to fail at something for the sake of it, I might so I'll do a drawing thin, investigate type thing. So Stella maths is always hard. Stella starts with 3. The Derringer gives her +2, which brings us to 5. And then these 2 bring us back to 3.
Yeah.
And Granny Orn sort of doesn't help, except she does, because if I fail by 1, I don't.
Yeah. It's a sort of effective 1-up.
Yeah. And I could just exhaust on you to get a +2.
Yeah.
For that skill test. Having said all of that, like, I still do want to fail at least once this round. So I might as well just do an investigate and fail that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to fail, please don't do it when I'm going to take a bullet.
Shooting at you.
Yeah, yeah.
Fine, God. Okay, I'm going to investigate. I'm going to draw thin. What's our shroud? 4.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to fail this. I'm going to fail the absolute shit out of this. Cool. Yeah, I failed that. I'm not going to run the exact maths, and I have failed that. Cool. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. Sick. Now let's shoot this thing.
Sounds good.
So I'm shooting it at a 5.
I believe you. Yeah, +2 from the Derringer. 0s from the quick learners, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to use Anu to make this to a +4. So
Awesome.
I'm unlikely fail. Cool. That's my first hit. Cool. I'm going to do it again. And I have killed.
Hooray! Cool. So
let's flip it over.
Let's. Would you do us the honours?
Of course. After that, there was no going back. The real Claypool explains. We'd opened Pandora's box, so to speak. I could no longer bury my head in the sand. There are forces out there beyond our comprehension. Things that science cannot explain. Just as I could not explain that stone's meteorological impact on the region, nor could I explain the nature of the storm that hit us. You ask Claypool what happened to the other man who was with him that day. He grinds his teeth and shakes his head. In your campaign log, record Claypool has confronted his demons. Draw a checkmark next to his name in the expedition team section. From now on, whenever Avery Claypool is included or used during a scenario, use the set-aside Resolute version instead of the version from the expedition team encounter set. If he is currently in play, switch him with that version now. Add this card to the victory display. Investigators may advance the current act or continue playing. I'd like to continue playing, Dave.
Yes, me too. I'm just looking to see whether we can. Cool. Yeah, we can take a horror to skip back to the Prison of Memories as well, and then we will we'll be out of this location. So this all goes, and this goes to the victory display, which I'm sure is around here somewhere. I've seen it on this. There we go. Boom.
Also, I think. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As I'm going to have to discard a card anyway, I guess I will alter fate, but I could also use roll Ellsworth to do functionally the same thing.
I mean, if you definitely want to do either of those things, I'm happy to stay in this location because it means I can pump power word and get another clue.
Yeah, I'm going to use roll Ellsworth
next turn
thing. Actually, am I?
Oh my god, he's so good. Have you seen this, Jessica?
What? Let's have a look.
When an investigator at your location reveals a frost token during a skill test, exhaust Avery Claypool. To cancel that token, then you must either reveal a new token or spend a supply. So it can be a hard cancel and no new token if you spend a supply, or it can be just continual. It's basically so that the vanilla ability is unlimited, and the uses are for hard cancels with no redrawing of a token.
So you end up with like a 0.
Yes. No additional changes made to. What's that? No modifiers.
Yeah, no modifiers. So effectively a modifier of 0.
Yes, assuming it's the first token you've pulled.
True.
Right. So there might be another one that's already come out.
I'm changing my mind again because I've realised. Well, could we very quickly talk about this? I'm going to be really min-maxed for a sec.
Yeah.
If I use roll Ellsworth, it stops the bad thing happening, but I think it also stops this card from disappearing, and so we'd still have it next turn to worry about. Whereas if I alter fate, I think it goes away and we don't have to worry about it next time. But I don't know whether we're going to be like so done with this place by the end of next turn that we would rather use rolled elsewhere.
Yeah. I mean, now is the time to chat about our plans for the rest of the scenario, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
So this is round 7. You're coming to the end of your turn. So we've got, sorry, the round with 8. Never mind. I'm not going to do the maths. We've got 8 Doom, 9 Doom, 10 Doom, 11 Doom, 12 Doom. So we've got 5 rounds.
Yeah.
To chase down, I think, probably one other set of memories.
Yeah.
I think we could go to the deck of the Theodosia and chase down one of the other, either of the other 2 ones. So we've got Coastal Waters and Hedge Maze, haven't we?
Yeah.
So I think we could go there, or to the Riverview Theatre. We need clues for this, don't we? And it looks like neither of us have any.
How many clues do we need?
We need 2 in the Theodosia, 4 in the Riverview Theatre. Basically, I think it escalates, doesn't it, as you get deeper into the memories. Because you're closer to unlocking, to getting to the end of the memory. Does that make sense? You follow what I'm?
Yeah.
I'm driving.
The Mirage mechanic that I'm perpetually not quite understanding. I don't think it's that complicated. I think I'm just being dumb. So when it says Mirage X, that's how many clues we need to flip the thing over and go to a new place, yeah?
Yeah. And I think when it goes into play, you add that many clues. When it comes into play, you add that many clues minus the... Oh no, you remove this number of clues per investigator for each of the Mirage locations that is already in play. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
So the next time we play this, the deck of the Theodosia would have oh my goodness, 4 clues in play. Right, it's 3 per investigator. That's its normal clue count, and then it's Mirage 1 per investigator. So
it gets harder to investigate the more places we have already investigated. Is that the...
No, there's fewer clues together.
Sorry, there's and therefore it is harder to progress beyond it because there are fewer clues on it. Is kind of what I meant.
Yeah.
The actual difficulty of the check is the same, but Okay. So, in theory, the theatre is closer to, an end point.
Mm-hmm.
But in practice, we'd have to do quite a lot of dancing to get the clues that we need for it. Because there's not... I guess there's...
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 in the Prisoner of Memories, and there's 2 in the base camp, so we could just go there and get those.
The Prisoner of Memories is a bastard to investigate, I think.
It's 2 at the moment. It's a bastard to clear because this effervescent... Oh, the Obscuring Fog.
And the Obscuring Fog.
Yeah, gotcha.
So it's 4? Which isn't terrible.
Yeah, and the base camp is 4 as well. I think we should go to the deck of the Theodosia and chase down one of those memories there.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Which
Which does have Polar Mirage.
Yes, so we want to keep a clue on it. But there's 3 to get there. There's just an insane number at the Standing Stones. And I'm going to... Any moment now, I'm going to deploy my... Fly, my pretties, fly. I'm going to deploy my little monster army to go and make themselves useful getting those clues.
Cool. I can also. This has sort of answered my question. I'm going to alter fate with about this.
Okay.
Is what I'm going to do.
I love how you said we're just going to talk about this briefly, and it's been a 20-minute chat. But it's like we're reacquainting ourselves with this scenario after a month. So it's funny that we said that, but it's not time poorly spent.
And also, we can get 2 clues off this location right now because I still have an action.
Okay.
Let me do that action, and then I'll alter fate. So this is 4, except it's not because it's 2 because Avery Claypool's here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And in fact, it's 0 because of my quick learners.
Whoa. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, big eyes, clear heart, can't lose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way of turning it into 2 clues? Not really. It kind of is with look what I found, but
actually, you need to be able to fail it somehow, which you're unlikely to.
Yeah, I didn't mean to pull that second one, and it wouldn't have made a difference anyway.
Yeah.
We got a clue.
Hooray!
Cool.
And are you going to alter fate?
Yeah, I'm going to alter fate so that we don't all have to take damage.
Okay, off we go, Mr. Miasma.
And then we'll use Rolled Ellsworth to not have to discard all of our cards when we're investigating the deck of Theodosia.
Oh, yeah, that would work. Yeah. Okay. The enemy phase, there's no enemies that are going to do anything. Cool. Upkeep phase. Oh, hello, darkness, my old friend. It's a Tekeli card.
Yum.
It's not a terrible one. 1 damage. Off you go. That is the Tekeli deck, yeah.
I discard after the upkeep phase, don't I?
You discard after you've drawn, I believe. So during.
Yeah. I'll get rid of this. Second drawing thin, although you can, in fact, install 2 drawing thins.
Yes, you can.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't believe the taboo makes it limit 1 in play, but it definitely should.
I mean, I'm almost tempted to keep it in that case, but like, it's such overkill is the thing. Like,
yes.
It's already overkill.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm discarding it just because, like, I don't think I like how it feels to do that.
It's a stop, he's already dead moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I regret to inform you, it's now the Mythos phase. 8 Doom.
Okay. Test 3 willpower.
Dark Aurora.
Yuck, this is unpleasant. I'm probably going to take 2 horror, but I can live with that. I'm almost certainly going to take 2 horror. So I'm testing at a +2. Unless I want to rain or something. It's a weird situation where I'm like, is a rain nor snow versus 2 horror? Probably is, isn't it?
I think you've taken 2 of 8, so I wouldn't worry too much about taking these 2.
I have failed Is there an Eidolon enemy in play?
There's not. No. So that's
Fantastic. This dog hated that. As did Granny-on.
Cool. I will remember to draw mine this turn. I did play a game of Arkham when I started off my one-player campaign where I was so tired I played like 4 or 5 rounds without drawing encounter cards. It did make the game a lot easier. Okay.
Oh, I failed a skill test, so I'm going to draw a card.
Okay, that seems sensible.
And I don't need to deliberately fail anything this time. I've got 4 actions.
Okay. I'm going to take 2 horror. That is all.
You also took 2 horror.
I did, yes. Sorry, I should have narrated that a bit better. I got anamnesis, whatever that is, which was a peril, which is why I didn't really discuss it with you. But I had to choose between taking horror and putting a doom on the agenda. Boy, oh boy, would I rather take 2 horror.
Cool. I might go straight to where we're going.
Okay.
And start investigating there.
Sure.
You should try and get the last clue off the Blackstone if you want to. You have to.
I don't think I can get it. I think I'm not the most intellectual person you've ever seen, and basically my clue tricks are sending my monsters after it, and I don't think either of them are able to do very much about it.
Okay, let me do some quick maths. It loses 2 because of Avery Claypool. It gains 2 back from Quick Learner. So it's at 4. Oh, have you got a thing that adds resources back onto stuff?
I did, and I've used it. I pumped it up for Claypool, and I have something I want to do with it. So
yeah, cool. Because this mineral specimen is good, but it's got nothing left on it. None of us have got good clue acceleration in this deck. In our decks, have we?
In a moment, I'm going to be deploying a monster who is quite good for that kind of thing.
Cool. Maybe we don't need this clue. Maybe I'm overthinking it, and I should just head here. And
I'm confident in our ability to slowly suck clues off the standing stones.
Off the standing stones?
Yeah.
With all of their none.
I've got my boy, the old frenzied explorer there. The myths don't make it any harder to get the clues. They make it harder to flip.
And we only need 1 more clue. So flip the deck of the Theodosia.
Yeah, I think go ahead and start getting clues. And I'll be along shortly.
Okay, I'm going to stop overthinking things. 1, 2. Spend an Ellsworth token. So this is the turn to try and get clues off here. This is blank now.
Gotcha.
Till the end of the turn.
Until the end of the turn. Cool.
Yes. So it's your turn as well, not just mine. That's why I was like, I'll go fast and do this and clear the way for us.
I'd forgotten it works that way. So Ellsworth blanks it for a turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And now I am at...
Can you fail it? With extreme difficulty, I think is the answer, isn't it?
So it's currently 3, right? And my math says that I'm only at 4. I'm only +1. But I could flashlight to get some clues off it.
I see now why you were thinking about clue acceleration. Don't worry about it. Get what you can from here.
Yeah.
We'll get the rest. Without having to discard everything and be sad about it.
You know what? If I fail, I almost certainly fail by less than 2. So I'm going to do that because then I do have some clue acceleration.
Okay.
So I'm not going to try and like pump up the volume. All right. Okay.
That's perfect.
Granny on. So I would fail a skill test.
I don't think you need to do Granny on though. Because the Shroud is 1 and your...
The Shroud is 3.
Is it? On the Theodosia?
If you read the text of the thing.
Ooh. Yep, okay. Yep.
So the
Turns out reading cards is very informative.
This is minus 2 or -1, and this is -3, so that takes me down to 0. If I do Granny on, I go back up to 1.
Yep.
And
I love it.
Then I'm failing by exactly 2.
Yeah.
And so I thought, oh, look what I found. And I get 2 clues anyway.
Boom, boom. Could you have used Anu to give yourself another action in this location?
Yeah, and let's pretend I did that.
Yeah, I think so.
So I have 2 more actions. This is so powerful. I have 2 more actions.
Oh my goodness.
I might just clear it.
Yeah, do.
So I'm 4 versus 3, essentially 5 versus 3, because I'm already 5. I didn't even need to exhaust Granny on, Dave. So I forgot I had. I'm going to unexhaust Granny on, so I didn't need to do that. Oh no, I did, because it took me all the way down to 0. That's why I need to do that. So I did need. Cool. But her +1 still applies. So I'm 5 versus 3. I want these clues. I want them now. My flashlight. 5 versus 1. There we go. I'll do the second test now to save time. I'm 5 versus 1 again. Hello, what are you?
-3.
-3. Yeah. And that's how we got all of the clues off the deck of Theodosia.
Right. And we weren't troubled by any mirages. Cool. Okay, so I get a resource from Quick Learner. No, not Quick Learner. Lone Wolf. I am going to use Power Word to get the Frenzied Explorer to take a clue off that location. I'm going to take a horror to move to the Prison of Memories. I'm going to move to the Theodosia. That's action 2. And action 3, I'm going to play the Summon Servitor. I need to discard an asset I control, so that's spare parts. Off they go. And so the Summon Servitor goes onto the board, and its action is going to be moving to the Standing Stones. And that's my turn.
Cool. I reckon we'll flip the deck of the Theodosia at the start of next turn?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if there's any disadvantage to doing that. I think we could do it now. I don't think it's been bad before. I think it's just some story text.
Do we flip it, or do we put one of these things into play?
Let's check the rules. We flip it over. Spend the indicated number of clues as a group to flip it over and resolve the story card on its other side.
It was just 2, right?
I don't remember. Yes, 1 per.
Cool. I'll do both because I've got quite a few. Ellsworth appears in a shimmer of mirage light, staring out over the railing into the cold blue ocean. Beautiful, isn't it? He says. Cookie and Claypool appear nearby, carrying several crates of supplies between them. You know what would be beautiful, Cookie hollers? If maybe you helped me out a little bit. Think you might get off your ass for a minute and pitch in, Ellsworth? The explorer nods with a soft sigh and takes the weight from Claypool's hands, nodding aside for him to take a break. Claypool gives him a gentle, knowing smile. Choose 1. Follow Cookie's memories, put the set-aside coastal waters location into play. Follow Ellsworth's memories, put the set-aside a hedge maze location into play. Follow Claypool's memories, put the set-aside standing stones location into play. Cookie's dead, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think Cookie died tragically and unavoidably. He committed the terrible crime of being in play when I was in a particular place at a particular time.
Yeah, I think. I actually no, I don't think so. That is. I believe he's dead. Yeah, I would need to check our notes. I'm tempted to go for Ellsworth anyway because he's in play at the moment and he's pretty good.
He is pretty good. I think. Do we come back a third time? Not to meta game, but do we come back here again?
I believe there's an option to, yes.
Cool, because Ellsworth is particularly useful here.
Yeah.
I think he's useful in general, but he's particularly useful here. So let's go for Ellsworth. Although, didn't we get Anu from doing a Dead Guy's Memories? And Anu's like the best card I've played in this game ever.
Yeah, I think either's good. You know, that the outcome of people of going after dead people's memories and alive people's memories, either is good. I'm trying to find the locations now.
Well, if you feel Ellsworth, we'll go with that as well.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a hedge maze in any case.
Yeah, that's stuff. Yeah, it sounds cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, let's go look at a hedge maze.
There we go. That is a hedge maze.
Although I find IRL hedge mazes are never as much fun as I think they will be.
There's a really good one near us in Burning Palace that we take the kids to sometimes, and it's nice.
Cool. Okay. I think we'll agree to disagree. I find the experience of being lost frustrating.
Yeah.
And we're going to need 4 clues for here, which is we literally have them already.
Okay.
Right? You've got 1, I've got 3.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Sounds reasonable. But that's the end of the turn, isn't it? So we do upkeep phase.
Keep phase. Cool. I use card again. Let's start that.
Okay, Mythos phase. 9 of 13. It comes around quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah. Abandoned Madness. Attach to the nearest possessed enemy and place 1 doom on that enemy. I think we do have one of those, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And his difficulty gets for everything gets greater by 1. Look at this location, Dave. Look at how fucked shit this place is.
It's a bad place.
It's a bad place.
The Explorer was already quite frenzied, and now he's really in a lot of trouble. But he has a Doom on him. So that's one of the things, right? Place 1 Doom. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Before that happened, I was going to say maybe we could even get 2 more. But I think, unless there's some very action efficient way of getting rid of this frenzied Explorer, I think we're probably only going to get 1 more this game.
I believe in my my familiars. I'm happy with them, and I will need to check the rules to see whether we can do something about that. But let me draw my encounter curve first before. Hey, it's a horrifying shade. Okay.
Hey.
It's at a location that's cleared of mirages. It loses aloof. And we put Doom on it if we discover clues. And it's a hunter. Okay, yeah. All good things.
What did you do with your turn, Dave? Oh, you came here and...
I came here and I deployed the boy. The summon servitor. So what's that? That's 3. And I've got Azure Flame, haven't I? So... Yeah, we can deal with this. We can deal with this. It's not going to be too much of a problem. If you take your turn first, I will just do a little rules check to see what my chances are of getting the Doom off that Explorer are.
I don't think I should do my turn first.
Oh, really? Tell me why.
Because my ideal turn would be go to the hedge maze, flip the hedge maze, at which point I think we'll get attacked by a monster. I think we should see whether we deal with this horrifying shade effectively before I bring another horrifying thing out.
No, I think it'll be 2 more. Because so the hedge maze is the equivalent of the standing stones, and then the monster will be the equivalent of the black stone. Right?
Yeah, you're right. Cool. Okay, here. And I'll flip it. If you don't mind giving me a clue.
I don't mind, but I think I need to be at that location for you to be able to flip it.
Okay, well, I was going to investigate here anyway, and I'll use the clue. Okay, these are 0. I'm at a raw 2. A raw 3. I might as well draw thin and fail on purpose. Get an extra action with better quick learners going on. So I'm investigating at -1. Cool. Yeah, I fell. And I will draw 2 cards.
Seems totally reasonable and fair. In no way degenerates.
Cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh shit.
What's that?
Okay. After you investigate hedge maze during your turn, increase its shroud value by 1 until the end of your turn.
Yeah.
In my head, it was successfully investigate. It's still worth, like, it was still worth doing, but not as worth doing as I hoped. So
right.
3 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of 6. Do I keep deck cycling? Yes. I'm at a +3 already, is the thing. I will play winging it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm now investigating it effectively. Auto fail. That's what I'm doing. Cool. And then I'll play winging it from my discard pile. I'm until the silly maths again. Okay, so that's now 4. But it's a 3 because I'm going to play winging it. 2, it's a 1.
Oh, Jessica, we had a comment. Hi, Purple Plebeian. I wonder if I can find out how long ago that question. They said, "What on earth is this?"
It's a fair question.
It's a fair question. Yeah, I just wonder which of the many things we've had on the stream it's in relation to.
This is Arkham Horror, the card game, a game that hates you. And right now, the way it's hating me is by making me do like really irritating maths. So, I'm going to draw the token, work out afterwards. I succeed. Cool. I'm glad I did it like that because that saves time. Sorry.
Let me just check whether, even the Resolute version of Claypool is an at your location ability.
Yeah. Okay, that's a shame. And that was my game.
Okay. Let's see. And I want to get rid of a Horrifying Shade. I'm confident. So with the Doom on the Frenzied Explorer, which it looks like we didn't actually put there.
Okay.
We're now 10 of 13 in play. Yeah, I think we can manage this. It might be some time before I join you.
Okay.
I'm going to burn the Horrifying Shade, I think. So, first action, as your flame, fight. Oh! Just wait one moment. I misread the card. The Shade loses aloof when a location is cleared of mirages.
Yeah.
So it's not actually engaged with me. But it will chase us and cause trouble if we leave the location and start gathering clues at the same place as it.
Yeah.
So this begs the question. Do I want to deal with it now and use my whole turn? Or shall I go and take the Doom off the Frenzied Explorer?
At which point it would follow you up towards the Sanding Stones, right? It is a hunter.
Yes. I think that's great, actually. If we take it up there,
yeah,
it'll be stuck. It'll have to go around the loop. Right?
You also have to go around the loop.
I don't. I can just take a horror and go back to the Prison of Memories.
Okay, cool. Do like that.
Which I quite fancy. Okay, cool. That makes my turn a bit more flexible. So there you go, horrifying shade. I won't use Azure Flame. I will take a resource because I am a lone wolf. I don't think either of us is going to need healing anytime soon, are we?
No. I won't for absolutely ages. Like, yeah, I don't mean to sound cocky, but like my chance of dying, like other bad that, and you could die, and that would make me very sad, even though he'd come back next time. Granny Orn, again, fine, but like there's nothing. I'm in no danger.
I do kind of want to. No, I tell you what. I think it might be time to say farewell to my lone wolf. Shocking though that sounds. No, okay, I want to put Missive Relure into play, but I can't. I don't want to punt out either of the things that I would need to get rid of in order to get it into play and have a spare arcane slot. I will hit Power Word. The Frenzied Explorer will gain a clue. And exhaust itself, because I'm going to be coming there and I don't want to have to deal with it. The Summon Servitor is going to investigate that location with a base value of 4, I believe. Yeah. And I think that's failure, right? -4, place a doom on an Eidolon. Okay. So now I do definitely need to get rid of that that hunter. I will play Molly Maxwell for 3 resources. In a minute, I'm going to look at my deck and just check what cards I will want to search for with her, rather than do stupid stuff trying to work out what I've played. And I'll move to that location. So that was Power Word, play Molly, move to the Standing Stones.
Can I do an RNG whinge in a minute?
Yeah, you can.
So I drew Frost tokens in a row, right?
Yeah.
I just worked out the odds of that a little bit, like backpack it, but I think close enough. About 0.5% chance of that happening.
That's pretty bad luck.
It is pretty bad luck, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
It wasn't like a vitally important turn. Like I must win, but like any amount of it not happening would have been fine.
Yeah. I'm going to shuffle my deck, obviously. Exhaust Molly and name Tarot as my trait. And in fact, the top card of the deck is the Tarot. So that draw it. Is that what happens? Yeah. It has to be an asset. I need to remember that. Yeah. Anyway, that's my turn.
Cool.
Enemy phase. The horrifying shade comes to the Standing Stones.
Cool.
which still has one Mirage on it because we haven't seen Dire's Classroom. Hey, Purple Plebeian, you don't sound rude at all. That's totally fine.
It's good to ask questions.
Yeah, good to have you with us.
We're the rude ones because we don't pay attention to chat
as much as we should.
Yeah, we're not running with like multi-screen setups and stuff, and so it's difficult to keep glancing back and forth both on little laptops.
I think that takes us to the upkeep phase, right?
Yeah. I'm going to answer Purple Plebeian's question properly.
Yeah, do it.
It's a Lovecraftian deck building card game, which tells a story as you play the different campaigns. It is certainly when you start playing it, it's very, very hard, and I like it very, very hard. We've had a number of debates about like you can make it easy, you can make it hard. I like it when it feels like the game's constantly trying to kill you and it's deeply unfair. And only if you try your damnedest are you even in with a chance. That's how I like it. We're doing pretty well this campaign. Overall in the campaign, we've been exploring the ice. We've been out in the Arctic, and there seems to be some kind of horrible alien monster. Right now, we are trapped inside a dream, and the dream is full of our companions' memories, some of whom are alive and some of whom are dead. And we need to chase down those memories, both to escape the dream and to improve the power of our companions. Anything to add, Dave?
Nothing to add, no. I have a bit of a problem, which is I think I might have just closed TTS somehow, or it's crashed. Are you still in the game? Oh boy. And now you've gone quiet. So that's a problem. Okay, let's see what happens if I boot it up again. I am going to hop out of the call, Jessica, and see whether that makes you more audible. Okay. I'll pop back into the call now. Hey, can you hear me? I can't hear you, sadly. Oh, this is really tiresome. Let me get TTS working at least. Okay, bear with us. To see whether I can join the game that I somehow managed to booted myself out of.
I left the game, Dave.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it said I disconnected from the game.
Right. Okay.
So I closed that window.
I thought that might happen because I was hosting it. So we should have an autosave that I'll just check the timings of all of them and then I'll load the correct one. And so hopefully we won't have lost too much from that.
We're also we're currently broadcasting a completely black screen.
Appropriately gothic.
Appropriately gothic.
I know I don't think so. Our faces are unfortunately superimposed on top of each other. Let's try that. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I can see our faces now.
Cool. And I'll invite you to the game, and hopefully that won't break anything.
Fingers crossed.
I like how we tried to answer a question and somehow that managed to destroy everything.
It was interesting how everything broke at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder what caused that, because I can understand TTS crashing. I don't understand why that would kill my Discord audio as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Discord's the audio dropping happens when stuff's a bit overloaded. So
yeah,
maybe my computer decided that
that was enough for now.
Yeah.
I'm having a very weird thing of not knowing which color I should choose, and not having the right option for a color to choose. These buttons are all in strange places.
If you try changing color, do you know how to do that? If you click on your name on the top right, it should give you the option to change to an appropriate color and set an appropriate seat. Has it allowed you to do that?
So the issue, Dave, is there's no appropriate color for Stella.
Interesting.
Spectator.
Oh wow. Yeah, I see what you mean.
And I'm picking all of these colors, but they're like
orange should be the one that you want.
Yeah, but it is it allowing you to interact with my cards?
Yes.
Okay. If you come off it, then I'll just pick orange. I was just confused because it was like, you sit over here, and I'm like, oh, that's not where my cards are.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I don't have the clever thing where your hand is visible at the bottom of the screen. But in the interest of not spending our streaming time troubleshooting stuff, I suggest we just roll with it. If that works for you?
Yeah, that works for me. Have we lost any progress?
Whoa.
Is the question.
Interesting. Have we lost what?
Any progress?
I don't think so. Everything's a bit weird.
Yeah.
The horrifying shade should have a doom on it, I think. The black stone is somewhere it shouldn't be.
Yeah, everything's gone a little bit strange, but that's maybe within keeping.
Yeah, it's surreal.
The
There's a Kelly Lee card down here.
Why does the horrifying shade have a doom on it? Did you investigate?
It should have treachery attached to it that added the doom.
Frenzied Explorer has that treachery, right?
I think I pulled the treachery that did it.
Okay.
It's not that one though, is it? Let's have a look what we've got here. No.
I think you're thinking of Frenzied Explorer has the doom.
I don't think so. I think I drew a card in the Mythos phase, and as a consequence, the shade got a doom on it. And my response to that was, okay, I'm definitely going to have to kill this thing now.
Okay, I believe you.
I think at the time that everything crashed, I was about to say we're at 11 of 13 now because of these two extra doom in play.
Okay. I think we can still do this if you can handle these monsters.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I should be able to. Where had we got to in the round structure? I'm so sorry, I've been completely thrown by what's happened with the silly technical difficulties. Had we got to an upkeep phase and just taken it?
I have no idea.
I think so. I think this guts entered my hand.
I don't think I'd press the upkeep button because I don't. Fuck's sake. Cool. It puts my cards over there. That's really helpful.
I'm gonna try drawing mine and see where they go. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. We'll get through this.
Yeah.
We've got like a few more turns.
Yes. Oh my god. I picked up the chaos bag in my hand. I'm gonna try and get rid of it. It's pulling tokens out. Wild times. Okay. Get rid of that. I'm loath to say, should we do a Mythos phase, but I think we're obliged to, right?
Yeah.
Now
that can't be right, Dave. We can't be on 12 of 13.
We are, because we're on 9, and then we've got 2 on enemies.
But if you're saying you think the last thing that happened is that you drew a card that put a Doom on here. So that must have happened during a Mythos
phase. It's possible. I'm going to search through the encounter deck and see if I can find that card.
Yeah.
That wasn't that. Oh, Jessica was not a encounter card. It was a elder thing from the chaos bag. If you fail, place 1 Doom on an Eidolon enemy in play.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Well, this could be the last turn then.
I believe in this. I believe in this.
I believe in us.
Let's draw some encounter cards, which never goes wrong. It's always a good time.
Where have you put it, game? Where have you put my cards?
Which one was that? The encounter card?
Yeah.
I guess we're just going to have to not draw any this turn. I'm as disappointed as you are. It's a Blasphemous Vision.
Revelation. Shuffle the top card of the Tequila deck into your deck without looking at it. Sure. Then put Blasphemous Visions into play in your threat area. Oh, yuck. So yeah, I added a Tequila card, and every Tequila card will happen to me twice now. Okay.
Okay, I draw. Boy, oh boy. This mod has really had a number done to it. I draw Nebulous Miasma.
That's fine, right? Like, that's fine with where you are.
It's possibly the greatest problem is just the number of cards now attached to this this location, which is a lot. The Frenzied Explorer, in his wisdom, has redded. Which means that it's now engaged with me.
Cool.
May I go first?
Please do. If there's any way that you could end your turn at the hedge maze, that would be great, but I recognise you've got a lot on your plate.
Yeah. And it's exactly the time of the evening where I get like quite severe analysis paralysis because my brain melts. Let's see how we go. I am going to use Dexter's ability to discard Lone Wolf and put the Hierophant into play. It costs 1 fewer than normal, so it costs me 2. I'm going to use Power Word to get the Forensic Explorer to discover a clue. Yeah, confess, and to exhaust. Is that true? Yeah, I think we have to do that. I don't think you can do anything cool to the Horrifying Shade, sadly. So that exhausts. Not going to be quite as neat as I would have liked, which is a shame. But that was engaged with me, so I don't think there's anything I can do. Actually, see what damage and horror does it do? Is it one of each? Tell you what. I'm going to be counting actions now. I want to engage the Horrifying Shade. And I want to shoot it twice. Yeah, I'm out of actions anyway, I think. So I will use Power Word. Discover a clue and get the Forensic Explorer to exhaust. I'll engage this one. And I will use As Your Flame on it twice. So once I'm at a 5 versus 3. And I'm going to commit guts to this. So 7 versus 3. We're doing this manually now, are we? And it is. Thank goodness it's the Elder thing, but I'm at 7 versus 3, so that is a pass.
Cool.
2 damage. 1, 2. And then I'll do the same thing again. I will commit the spare summon servitor that I have in hand to the test. So I am a 6 versus 3. And for good measure, I'm actually going to commit the spare binder jar that I've got here as well. So again, 7 versus 3, because we are going to doom out if this isn't successful. And okay. Shuffle the chaos bag. It's a frost token. It's a skull. So that again is -4, right? So it's a success once again. Probably should have used Claypool then, shouldn't I?
Yeah, I was thinking you probably should have used Claypool. But it was all fine in the end.
Yeah, that worked out very well. The Horrifying Shade is discarded.
I think this is going to be a close run thing. Even with that happening, because I can't flip this hedge maze this turn.
No?
No. Well, I mean, I could flip it, but I can't lead it. I also thought I had 3 clues, but I've only got 2.
I think you've got 2 in a stack and a third separate.
Okay. It's immaterial anyway, because the moment I start investigating, I can't leave this location anymore.
How many clues do you need to be able to get up there? You need 4.
Yeah, and I've only got 3.
Okay. I think I need to stay here anyway to get us the extra turn.
Yeah. So this turn's just going to be me getting as many clues as I can. But then... Okay.
The summon. I've got another action, which is the summon servitor investigating at the standing stones. So 4 versus 2. That's a -2, so that's a success.
Cool. I think it's going to be very, very tight. I do think it's just about doable, but I think it's very, very, very tight. Making some metagaming assumptions. The next thing that this uncovers also requires 4 clues. You have 2, yeah.
There's one on my, for some reason, on my.
Okay. So if I can get 2 off here,
yeah,
this turn, I think we'll be okay. And I think my best bet of doing that, I'm going to go ahead and assume we do, in fact, need exactly 2. I'm going to discard this flashlight. I'm going to play this flashlight. It's not going to automatically do the thing it's meant to do, but that's fine. It comes in with 3 of these. And these, one of them, to reduce the difficulty to 0. Okay, I did not fail. That's fine.
We've another commentator again saying, "What on earth is going on?" Hi, Sester07. They say, "What in heaven's name have I walked into? What is even happening? What even is this? I do not understand. Okay, I'm confused and have things I really should be doing." Yeah, exposition. It's so gratifying to hear how easy it is to understand what is happening on our stream.
To be fair, I think if you've never seen this, if you've not played this game before, it would be incredibly difficult to follow.
It's an overwhelming experience. I think it's not something you can walk immediately.
I find it difficult to recommend this stream to my friends because it's like you won't understand what's going on, and really, so you just. I'd like you to come and like see me say my cool silly phrases that I say. Like, you won't understand what I'm talking about. You understand how funny my jokes are. They're very precise and clever about the nature of the cards you see. Okay, so I passed that test. So now the test is at a 1, so I can fail it. I might. Right now, just to get the maximum amount of information, I'm going to flip this card. You really think I can't navigate a simple maze? Ellsworth chuckles. He looks several years younger and wears a proper tuxedo instead of his comfortable jacket and trousers. The figure he speaks to stands just out of view, a dark silhouette with a muffled, indistinct voice. Fine, the explorer replies with a roll of his eyes. He hands the figure his champagne glass and loosens his tie. But when I get back, you're going to tell me what this is really all about. Put the set-aside Maui statues into play.
I'll find those. There they are. Which is the Easter Island style statues.
Cool.
Over there. And it is as predicted. 4 clues requires.
Yeah. I need to spend my 4 clues. Okay, let's work out if we can. I mean, we have no choice but to do this. There's no like resign option.
There's no resign option. That's
yeah,
correct.
so we just go for it. Flip this card back in. I can't leave the hedge maze anyway, so I am investigating here. It's currently a 3. I can change that to a 1 with a flashlight token. And my number will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'll take those odds. I'll take those odds. Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay. We're going to assume that that's just how that happened.
What happened?
But, like, I got the cultist token twice. Which is
it's
fine,
not self-shuffling. It's not self-shuffling.
Okay, I will shuffle it then.
Yeah. I think the button that's not working would shuffle it and pull out a random token. It's like last in, first out without that.
Cool. Well, I did it anyway.
Hooray.
With a -1. Cool. And that's my turn.
Okay. So upkeep phase.
If this button works.
It doesn't.
It gives you a card, but it puts it in a weird place.
Yeah. I should have taken a horror, and
okay.
Claypool took one as well, and Molly.
That's a shame.
We had a horrifying time. It's okay. We'll survive. Mythos phase. 11 of 13. 12 of 13, including the Doom on the Frenzied Explorer, who is once again engaged with me.
I've drawn Miasmatic Torment. Revelation. If you control a partner asset, exhaust them, and attach Miasmatic Torment to them. Otherwise, Miasmatic Torment gains Surge. Attached asset cannot ready. And at the end of your turn, the attached asset takes a damage or a horror. Oh, God. Okay.
I think we definitely want to advance if we can. Let me take my encounter card as well, and then let's see what we can possibly do to...
I think we're going to... I'm not saying this like in a Doom way. I think we are going to lose. Like, I'm running the numbers in my head. I just don't think we can do it. Can I take you through my reasoning?
Yeah.
And this is not as a Doomer thing. This is like, if we're going to lose anyway, then I should do things like make sure Ellsworth doesn't take a horror further there. Oh, this goes away now. That's good.
What does?
The Nebulous Miasma.
Yes, yeah, it does. Yeah. I've got Abandoned to Madness, so there's another Doom on this Explorer.
Doesn't that mean we lost?
No, it means we'll lose.
Which was going to happen anyway, right? We're going to lose at the end of this turn anyway if you don't kill the Explorer.
Well, I need to invade the Explorer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to evade the Explorer twice.
Okay. So let me walk through the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Can you evade something that's already been evaded?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. Let me double check that.
let's assume for the sake of argument that you can,
yeah.
because I think even once I've run through this, even if that's a yes, we lose. You spend 2 of your actions evading the Frenzied Explorer. We go down to 11 of 13 Doom, which means that we have a turn and a half, because you've effectively used all of your turn. So let's say you do that, and you move 1 step closer to here, the Maui statues. The Maui statues are... How many moves does it take you to get to the Maui statues?
3 at best.
Okay. So effectively, you could have 1 action when you got here. Right?
Yeah.
We'll say I've got 8 actions.
Yeah.
But 2 of those have to be failures of some kind or another. So let's say I do get... Let's say for my very next action, I deliberately fail, and I pull something that does clue acceleration, and I get 4 clues. I think that, like, realistically, by the end of the turn, I might have 4 clues on a very lucky day.
Yeah.
I then flip the thing, and the dude comes out, and he's going to be 8 damage. I don't... Even if every single... I'd have to fire this gun, install another gun, and fire it 3 more times. All of those would have to hit, kill it. And I don't think I've got enough actions to do that. Maybe I just barely do. Maybe I've got... Maybe I, by 1, have enough. Oh, I've got an extra action because of this dude. Okay, fuck it, we're still in the game.
Yeah, okay,
And
cool.
you. And you to the rest.
And you. Hooray.
And you.
And you.
And you.
And you've got a free evade. Can we do anything cool with that?
I'd have to come all the way to you to use it.
I don't think so. Not if I come to you.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. I think this is how we do it, Jessica.
All right. Prove me wrong. Prove me that we can do this.
It's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be silly. I take a horror to move to the Prison of Memories.
Sure.
Yeah. Are there 2 abandoned madnesses attached to this?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
We have to evade this twice this turn, or we lose.
Yeah. I take horror. That goes on Molly.
Okay.
Call you Miss Molly. I use Dexter's ability to discard As Your Flame and put Miss Sevilla into play. That comes into play with 4 charges on it. Like everything else in the mod, that's currently broken, but here are the 4 charges. I will evade using willpower. So I'm a 5 versus 4. God, this is going to get really, really ropey really quickly. I wish I had my special thing that gave me a boost to stuff that just come into play. But anyway, that's no point in crying over that. So I spend a charge off Miss Sevilla. and nothing works. I'm going to commit one of the cards from my hand. Lucky cigarette case. 6 versus 4. I draw a frost token. I exhaust every clay ball. And I sure as hell spend a supply to cancel that token. So that passes. 1 doom comes off the Explorer. And I do not move to a connecting location.
Why not?
Because I may move to it, but if I do, I'll leave the Explorer behind. Nobody wants that, Jessica.
Why would you leave him behind? Why wouldn't he come with you?
Because he disengages when you evade him.
Of course, yeah. But then how am I going to use my special evade, Dave?
Because, Jessica.
Yeah.
That was my first move.
Yeah.
My first action.
Huh?
Oh no, I'm an action short.
Oh no.
I'm an action short. All right. Just wondering if there's any way I can use power word. I think I need to engage it and then evade again, which will move me to the deck of the Theodosia, but no further. I don't think there's anything else I can do about it.
Okay. And we definitely need all of the clues to be on the Mirage location, don't we?
How do you mean?
I can't use your 3 to flip.
I think, yeah, all of us need to be in the same place for that to work.
Fine. Okay. We still might just do it. I've got some other plans cooking.
Okay. Yeah, so I can only engage and evade again. I think that's all I can do, because otherwise the 2 dooms still on the Explorer and, well, 1 in this case. And we, yeah, the scenario ends.
Yeah.
So I engage it. I commit the Hallowed Chalice. And hopefully it's a frost token. It's 2 frost tokens. And I think we lost the scenario.
Okay.
Right.
So 2 frost tokens in a row is a 1 in 14 chance.
Yeah.
It's a 7% chance. I feel like it's happened.
Do you think that I shuffled that chaos bag before I drew?
Do you think you did, Dave? Look me in the eye.
I think I probably did, yeah. I think I probably did.
Okay. No, I'm afraid that we lost this scenario.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Do you know the worst of it?
But
not only did we lose the scenario, I lost the scenario with Unspeakable Oath Curiosity in my flipping hand.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I might as well not let Rolled Ellsworth take a thing.
Yeah.
Might as well do that, yeah?
Well, I also have a Summon Servitor action to take. Not that that's going to make any difference, but I will be investigating the Standing Stones. There's the +1 that I needed last time. Okay. There's my clue. Not that it's going to do me any good at all.
Look, sheer bloody mindedness. We don't have to lose this turn. I could come and evade Frenzied Explorer, but there's just no way that we went after
that. So that would give us 1 turn, right?
Yeah. 1 turn to get to the Maui statues and kill the thing, which I just don't think we can do. Because let's say we're both. You're at the very least starting in the Prison of Memories. You can go 1, 2. You can spend your entire turn to get to the Maui statues. I might start 1 location closer, and I do have an end. If I had your clues, we could do it.
Yeah, I mean that's been the case. That's totally been the case, hasn't it?
Yeah.
If it hadn't been,
ages.
If it hadn't been for that flipping -4, mind you, this Explorer with its do on it has been the thing, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's the encounter deck. This is what we're doing wrong with this game, Jessica. We keep drawing these stupid cards that fuck up our game. I
also think that my 1 in 200 chance, actually, I was like, oh, it didn't matter that much. I think it probably lost us the game, because if I'd had 1 extra clue then, I could have moved a turn sooner down here and started getting stuff. We'd have had so many more options for what to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We fought the good fight. I'm going to fight till the bitter end. Let's come. Are you done with your turn?
Those are my 3 actions, sadly, and the servitor's action.
I guess I should focus on this first. Get rid of this miasmatic torment. Actually, I shouldn't do it with my first action anyway. Should move here.
Taking horror.
But there's a line. Why can't I just move with the line?
Oh, are they all like that?
I don't know.
Yes, they are. Okay.
Exhaust Ensu.
Oh my
goodness. Do I have to engage the Frenzied Explorer before I can exhaust it?
I think we need to just completely retcon the turn, Jessica. I'm so sorry. The number of cards had obscured the connectors, which made me think that to get from the Standing Stones to the Blackstone, was several actions. Oh, I've screwed this completely up. So I really wanted that.
Okay.
I really wanted my servitor to be coming back here to do some investigating, and at some point it can give me a free move. I think probably not on this turn though. But
how do we retcon this if we're going to do it? I feel like that's quite complicated.
I'm not sure we can. I think it's a mess. I think that the frustrating thing is I think there was a way to do it. If last turn I'd moved the servitor to the Prison of Memories, this turn the servitor could move me and everything to the Theodosia, which would mean that we were 1 location closer. And I think,
although crucially, I wouldn't have been 1 location closer to you. I actually would have been 1 further away because of how this loop works. And
I could probably have left a Explorer on the Theodosia and moved once myself, which you could have then come and evaded with Anu. I think there was a route through it and we haven't taken it, and I think we probably can't wreck from it.
I'm not sure there was a route through it.
You don't think so?
Because I don't follow your logic with the Standing Stones. I think the Standing Stones were attached to the Blackstone, which is attached to the Prison of Memories, and you moved in 0 actions from the Standing Stones.
Yeah.
So I don't think the Stones having more connections to more places would have helped because there's no number.
It's about the servitor, Jessica. The servitor gets 1 action a turn.
It's about the cones.
1 action a turn, right? And I thought that it had to go via the Blackstone to the Prison of Memories. If you can go directly to the Prison of Memories, then on our previous turn, it moves there. And this turn, I move actionlessly to the Prison of Memories. It then moves to the deck of the Theodosia, carrying me and the Frenzied Explorer and Uncle Tom Cobley-and-all, Claypool and Molly Maxwell. At which point I evade it using Mist of Reliure, and then as another single action, I'm in the Hedge Maze with 2 actions to spare, 2 bits, move to Maori Statues, spend 4 clues, and then I'm at the Maori Statues with Horrible Monster. You've got a turn to get to the Theodosia, evade the Frenzied Explorer, and maybe have an action or 2 to kill the monster.
There was maybe a very narrow path, I believe you.
Peppy Sylvia. Peppy Sylvia. I mean, I feel a bit sorry for the people who randomly happened upon this stream, because the arrows do look. It does look quite a lot like Peppy Sylvia, doesn't it? I mean, it's. Let's try and take our final turn with dignity. I'm going to try and get rid of the unspeakable oath.
I haven't finished my turn yet.
Okay. Yeah, please do. Evade the Explorer.
Moved. Do I need to engage the Explorer before I can evade it?
I'm afraid so. Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Engage. Use Anu to evade. The Doom goes away. Get fucked, you little twat.
Did you do the test?
I didn't need to do a test because oh no, you're right. And he doesn't do it automatically. He does it with
like 4.
How about skill of 4? Which is exactly the same as my this but like
you can commit a neither rain nor snow to it.
Yeah, the chance fucked, buddy. Yeah.
Just gonna add these. It's actually quite a high thing as well. So it's just that you need to beat.
But fucking Dave, this can't have happened again.
Wow.
Because isn't that what just happened to you?
Yes.
2 frost tokens.
Yeah.
So that's the second time tonight we've had a 0.5% chance of something happening. Like we are drawing those 2 off, and I'm sorry, but we are.
And there are quite a lot of them in the bag at this stage.
Yes, but numbers are still like numbers. But there's 7 out of 25.
Yeah.
And if you run the numbers, it comes to about 1 in 14 to draw 2 in a row. So drawing 2 in a row twice in a row is about 1 in 200. And we've not taken that many turns tonight for this to have happened twice.
I think the game is just bodying us, basically.
Yeah.
Not anything more to say about it.
Okay.
How many actions do you have left?
1. I could just try and evade it again. I'm fucking bloody minded about this. I want my final turn.
Yeah, me too. I want to get rid of this flipping treachery in my hand.
Let's do another neither rain nor snow. If it happens again.
Shuffle it. Make sure you shuffle it. Ooh.
Okay. Yes, that's done it.
Okay. The Explorer's evaded.
And therefore discarded. Yeah?
No. It's just there. Oh, sorry. No Doom is discarded. Right, and so these get discarded as well. That's great.
I shouldn't have done that though.
Really?
Because the one thing I definitely should have done, like we're going to lose anyway, I definitely should have spent my time trying to get rid of this miasmatic torment off of Rolled Ellsworth. Because we've definitely lost, right? So it's the only thing that matters.
I feel that the turn to get rid of my weakness, so I don't lose 2 Fury experience.
Sorry. Sure, do that. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah. We upkeep?
Technically, you're not meant to tell me about it.
That's true. Oh. Why do you hate me, game? I've done very little to you.
Okay.
I think that one card has done me. I don't think there's anything I can do about that.
I mean, I could get rid of... We're cheating at this point, but I could get rid of these clues, right? And then you could successfully investigate this location.
Oh, I'll tell you what you could do. You could use 2 actions to discard Yazdroth.
Oh, yeah, I can do it, can't I?
Yeah. We need to also do this and draw our encounter cards. So that's the whole thing.
This is grim. Fine.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, no worries. I think it will give you an attack of opportunity if you discard Yazdroth for me.
I don't. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, I need to draw one as well. That's important. And I draw Fatal Mirage. Okay. And we're going to stick it on there, I think. Oh no, it's nearest, isn't it? Probably that means that probably goes to base camera. But it's not very relevant. Would you do the honors?
Cool. I'll spend 2 actions getting rid of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll spend 1 action trying to get rid of this miasmatic torment. Which I think I'll do best with willpower. And I'll test 7 versus 3. Come on, babe. You're in the same place as me, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Can we just cancel it, please?
Or
do you have tests that you really need to do?
I do have tests I really need to do, so I'll wait, and if a second comes...
Can you do the free version? Or is it still...
It's an exhaust, whatever happens. Yeah, so there we go.
Dave, this bag's broken. Like, I'm serious. It shouldn't happen that often.
No, that's true. It's true.
I'm actually going to ask I'm genuinely going to ask an SCED about it.
I think the reloading of the mod has made it go very weird, and I don't trust anything that it's doing. That's a cancellation though, so it's a -1, so you succeeded. Right?
Okay, cool.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Yes, because you didn't fail a test.
Yeah.
I'm going to exhaust Molly Maxwell and Let me just double check. Boo. Yeah. My cunning plan hasn't even come together after all of that. I name spell and I get Azure Flame, not clairvoyance. So I'll move once Molly's dead. It's just her fate. Do I have any those? No, I don't. And then I will investigate at a 1-up and hope that something nice happens. It doesn't. The investigation fails, and that is the end of my go.
Do you not like? There are things I probably could have committed to you, Dave.
We're in a different location.
Are you not in the same place anymore?
Yeah. I had to go to the. I went to the Theodosia because I've got 2 intellect.
Yeah.
And it needs to be a location with no clues on it.
Yeah, the RNG really fucked us tonight.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely ruined us. We flip the act.
Again, your consciousness fades. You tumble through the everlasting moments, empathy tugging your emotions in every direction at once. It is an ocean of bottomless thought, deep and dark and tenebrous, a word I use often. When you finally awaken once again, only seconds have passed. Each remaining investigator is defeated and must either suffer 1 mental trauma or shuffle the top 2 cards of the Tequila Lee deck into their deck.
Oh man.
I think it is Tequila Lee cards out of that. As much as I hate them, I'm taking them.
It's a really tough one, that is.
Yeah.
That's a really tough one. Yeah, fair enough. If you can't beat them, shuffle 2 Tequila Lee cards into your deck. Well, I do feel a little bit salty about that. Because I think if we hadn't had a million cards piled on the standing stones, I would have seen the direction thing, and I think there was probably a way out of this. And we would have snatched that victory from the jaws of defeat in a happy way.
Yeah, like I think we're slightly including the fact that would have put us in with a chance. Like we still needed about 5 other things to all go right.
Yeah, you know? But we failed to heed the most important rule of horror, which is never split up. Had we both been together, Claypool could have cancelled one of your double frost tokens. Had we both been together, you could have committed one of your amazing signature cards to a clutch test or 2 that I needed to. The fact that we weren't together meant it was really hard for you to advance because I had a stack of clues that were no use to us at all.
Yeah, I didn't notice the fact that I burn about 2 turns right here.
Yeah, in the hedge maze.
Doing nothing.
Yeah.
And like I've seen that sooner. And this is actually right. So I think it's a nice. This is going to go right back to things we were saying at the start of the stream. I've had this like disagreement with my friend about about Arkham Horror, and she said that she doesn't like losing for arbitrary reasons. And I feel like while we had a lot of bad luck, we can look at these moments now and go, could have done better.
Yeah.
There were things we could have done better here. Like, we could have been prepared for the worst, and we weren't. Now, there is a hypothetical situation where you genuinely were 100% prepared for the worst, and nothing you could have done could have stopped it.
Yeah.
But in a game with this many decisions, that doesn't happen.
No.
I'm sorry, it doesn't. You didn't play perfectly. You could have always done a little bit better.
I've popped our faces back on large screens so that I don't have to look at that confusing board anymore. So it's making me salty.
Are you devastated, Dave?
No, I'm not devastated. I think it's frustrating to have missed some lines because there was too much information to take on, and it's frustrating that I think had TTS not crashed, I would have been a bit more together and not thinking about the stream and more thinking about what to do.
I think that's fair.
And I think I'm a bit salty about that, but it is what it is. It's just a shame because I think all the pieces for the cool skateboard trick that got us out of this were there, and through unfortunate happenstance,
and a lot of RNG, like a real heaping on of like bad RNG at the end there.
Yeah,
to the point where I might go on SCED and go, anyone else feel the frost tokens are a little bit?
I wonder whether we've got too many of them in that wretched bag.
We've got 7 out of 25.
I think there's 9.
So I counted 7.
I think you might have counted 7 when there were 2 out of the bag.
Okay. Well, that changes the maths.
Yeah, when you were talking about the maths, I went and had a look. There were 7 in the bag at the time and 2 out of it.
Okay, that does change the maths quite a bit.
Yeah, I have it in mind to go back and like, because you know that the campaign log got a bit balked. Like, I had a bug with the Arkham Cards app, so we don't have a good working campaign log of our campaign. And I have had it in mind to go and look back through our streams to recreate the campaign log and check that we've got the right number of frost tokens in the bag. It hasn't screwed us so badly yet that I've set aside the hours of watching. I'll try and get YouTube to do it at double speed, but it's like 10 hours of content at this stage or something.
Look, it's just, we're in the Arctic, Dave. There's a lot of snow.
There's a lot of snow. There's a lot of frost. But also, like, we could be playing a game like with a massive disadvantage because TTS has just done one of its weird things.
Also, like, okay, let's also look at the fact that this is the first scenario we have lost for a very long time.
Yeah.
For a very, very, very long time. And it's going to happen from time to time. And it should.
Yeah.
Like I've been saying for a while, it should happen from time to time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's no good if you just steamroller the whole time.
Yeah. And like you can see my slightly sadomasochistic streak coming out at this point where I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's good that we're all suffering in this moment.
Oh, I'm going to have no experience to spend, though. That's the thing that makes me really sad.
I'm sorry, Dave. We tried our best with that.
Yeah, we really did. We really did.
That was a fucker. Like, that was an extra little fucker right at the end.
Yeah, I know. If I'd have just been able, like, I had 3 spells in that deck, and if I'd have, my 1 in 3 chance of pulling the one that I didn't want is
I think there was another line there as well. If we thought,
do you?
Them. Yeah.
Tell me.
So, I think if I'd dealt with my companion's issue first, oh no, he still wouldn't refreshed. So no, it wouldn't have helped. I was going to say, if I dealt with his issue first, I could have used him. I could have used him to cancel your treachery.
Is he non-weakers? Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay, never mind. No, there wasn't a line.
There wasn't a line there, yeah. Still a good game. There's a lot to get your head around. It's a thorny puzzle, but it does sting a bit when it really brutalizes you.
And I've been getting complacent about this game. So, like I say, it feels kind of good to me to lose one and be like, remember, this game is out to get you.
It really is.
If you're not careful.
Let's just look at the wash up and how much XP we have, because that's something it's worth thinking about before next time. And when I say, of course, how much XP we have, I mean you'll have some. I'll probably have none.
Do we get XP from the memories that we got from last time? That seems like it would be a little bit broken.
I don't know. Let's have a look at the wash up and see.
Okay.
Which resolution was it? Did it say? No, we defeated and we take a metron, so it's the.
You stumble wearily to your feet. A dream? You grip your temples, your mind aching. It feels as though a pneumatic drill has been taken to the inside of your skull. If this is what sleep is to be in this hellish place, you want no part of it. But you have no say in the matter. In the Fatal Mirage section of the campaign log, under Memories Banished, record each story card in the victory display. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory value of the card recorded this way. Do not earn experience points for cards already recorded in this section.
Yeah, there we go.
In the Fatal Mirage section of the campaign log, under Memories Discovered, record each non-otherworld location play. Cross off each location recorded under Memories Discovered, for the corresponding story card is also recorded under Memories Vanished. If there are any other non-story cards in the victory display worth and then it's better to proceed to the next bit.
City of the Elder things we'll be going to.
Cool.
Okay, so you get 1 XP, I get 0.
Okay.
Is where we end up to.
And look, we upgraded Avery Clayball.
That's true.
I think that at the end his upgrade's amazing. So
particularly if we do really have 9.
9, yeah.
Oh god, 9
in third of the bag.
That's a lot. It's
more than a third of the bag, in fact.
Yeah.
It's still very unlikely to pull 4 in a row, as we did a couple of times. It's still like it's like a 1% chance rather than 0.5% chance.
Yeah.
It's still very unlikely. But
that's us. We're bucking. We're bucking the statistics. Cool. All right, let's call it a night. We will be playing Netrunner the next time we do this.
Yes, we will. There won't be new cards yet, but there will be new cards. We might know some. No, we won't quite know new cards.
It'll be the day before. Twas the night before Spoilsmas.
Yeah. Exactly what it will be.
Okay. Well, we can have a chat off stream about what we will play. And yeah, looking forward to it. It's been a while since I played Netrunner. Actually, they've paused the GLC league, so I haven't had a game in a little while. I didn't quite organise myself to.
Yeah, I hadn't even. It occurred to me today. Shouldn't I have had a league game recently? We've still never matched in that. We will eventually do so.
Yeah.
When we do, shall we stream our game?
I was thinking we should. Yeah, I thought we could stream it, and then I thought we could do some play analysis on it.
Cool. Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good thing to do.
All right, let's say goodnight to the beautiful people.
Indeed.
Who are very confused by our antics.
Apologies to everybody who joined the stream. Was like, what the hell is this? I hope it was a rewarding experience for you. It certainly was for me. Yeah, great to be back in the saddle, Jessica. And
yeah,
good night, everyone. Lots of love. Bye.